do you know of anyone that's been affected by the opioid crisis?
I learned, as it turns out, quite recently that an extended family member has gotten themselves into a position where they've been affected by it in pretty material ways. And so I am recently very interested, not just in the crisis as this vague, abstract thing on the horizon, but something that has impacted our family quite personally.
Now, as far as Charleston Southern University, what are you guys doing here to help get the word out, or to help the students who attend here, know that the crisis is going on and some things to look out for?
The thing that we will focus on, among others, is the fact that the opioid crisis can affect anybody. It can affect somebody in a three-piece suit. It can affect a lawyer, a doctor. It can affect anybody. And so when we think about the issue of addiction, this particular crisis is one that is impacting an entire society. And so getting the word out about that, getting the word out about how, for many people, not just those who are affected by the addiction themselves, but also family members, other supporters, there really is a spiritual component. There's a holistic approach to this that I think those of us in the church, those of us in Christian higher education, can really bring an impact to that perhaps other institutions wouldn't or couldn't or simply don't. And so how then do we as a university, how do we as graduates, how do we prepare our graduates to go into their churches, into their workplaces, into their families, and be that change agent? Be the kind of person who can speak to the spiritual, the holistic, the emotional, the relational, all the components of what it means to be a human created in God's image to live for His purposes. And that's what we hope happens here, is how can we do that well? How can we do it with passion and energy? And how can we raise the stakes, raise the awareness across the community, starting right here on campus?
And so now I'll bring up the fact that you are partnering with your alma mater, Liberty University, and the Falwells with that. And what does it mean for that partnership?
Very excited that Liberty University and Dr. and Mrs. Falwell have chosen to partner with us on this occasion. Liberty has been a leader since Dr. Falwell's father's founding of the university in 1971.
And it's very powerful to have the Falwells here on campus as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yes. Again, I am so excited that the Falwells have chosen Charleston Southern, and in any sort of way we can partner with all the great things that Liberty University is doing. We are excited beyond measure to do that. I think one of us is never going to be as strong as all of us. And so when you have a school like Liberty partnering with a school like Charleston Southern, we really are of the same mindset. Our mission is academic excellence in a Christian environment. Our mission is integrating faith and learning, leading, and serving. And so the opioid crisis speaks to learning, leadership, and service. And so what we'd like to do is make awareness of this crisis larger and larger and larger, so that we can raise the stakes for universities, raise the stakes for churches, raise the stakes for individuals, so that they don't have to wait like I have waited until a family member is affected. So we can be a leader in this area of service.
Are you finding that the students are eager to learn more about it? Are there any that have stepped up and said, I think I may have an issue?
Yeah, I think anytime we offer an opportunity for students to serve, that's the thing about Charleston Southern that is so excited. We attract a type of student who is already interested in serving, whether they come from a Christian background or not. Something about Charleston Southern, because they know that when they come here, they'll be developed into a leader of character whose job is then to go and change the world.
So it is your hope that they'll be able to make a difference on a local level when it comes to awareness.
Our students, when they leave this place and go out into their mission field, which is the medical field, we want them to be schooled in so many ways as to the crisis and how they can impact not just medically, but also holistically and spiritually and emotionally, all the things that we as Christians believe are significant in a crisis like this. It is an epidemic. And so how then do we as a society, how do we as a Christian university step into that gap to make a difference?